Hey, Nico, take a look at this.
Do you think someone used it to force the gate?
Possibly. But their loss is our gain. You never know when you're going to need a crowbar. I decided a blast on the horn had... Ominous. Hey, get out of here!
Seagull problems, George?
That's one nasty bird. That was never gonna happen. As I showed the bird the cookie, he looked at me with contempt. I guess he just wasn't into rich tea. I needed a better idea. That was that wouldn't work. One Mississippi, two Mississippi, three Mississippi. No Hobbs.
Out cold, probably.
It was Hobbs's... I decided to leave the dumpster alone. That wouldn't make any sense. Nope, I needed to try. That wouldn't... I didn't need to turn the radio on. I decided to... The balcony was quite high up. Hey, Nico. I'm gonna try the drain pipe again.
Be careful.
Get lost!
Beaten by a seagull again?
That is one hell of a sharp beak. Hey, Nico.
What, Josh?
Do me a favor and honk the horn.
No problem.
The crane was rusted solid. I'd need more force to free it. That was almost a great idea. That was Hey, Nico.
What?
Nico, could...
Sure.
I needed a better... Hey, Nico.
What, Josh?
Sorry, Nico.
Hurry up, Josh. Be careful, Josh.
Wait there, Nico. I'll come and let you in. Something isn't right.
We'd better be careful.
Whoa. You better come and take a look at this.
Mon Dieu. It's a Manet.
Oh, no, it's not. It's a Hobbes. In the style of Manet. Or, as the experts prefer to call it, a forged Manet. Hobbes isn't just a restorer, he's a full-blown forger.
Oh, that must be...
You. Hobbes is good. You look very pretty.
And that's you. Oh my, you look very...
Violated.
Yes. Is that Lady Piermont?
Yes.
Is she
Yep.
in your...
Yeah.
Oh, so all along we were just modeling for a forgery.
Forgery. Terrific, huh? I can add it to my murder rap. Let's just pretend this never happened, okay? Locked. If Hobbes is home, he's behind this door.
What are you doing?
I'm not exactly sure yet. There were no freezing Lady Piermonts to placate. A metal strip had been welded to the door frame, specifically to stop anyone levering the door open. I decided that some lighting might help. The fuse box buzzed slightly, but nothing happened. I guessed the lighting circuit had gone.
George, be careful. Hope said those circuits were old.
Yeah, I think I'll leave the lights off.
Thanks, George. That was really starting to annoy me.
I wasn't going to mess around with that wiring. That was never... Nico?
Yes?
Any ideas?
Something doesn't feel right. Why leave the music on?
Hobbs is probably passed out drunk.
We need to get upstairs and find out.
The stereo was already off. There was no point. Nico?
Yes?
Huh?
We need...
I'd learned my lesson. The elevator platform had metal hoops for securing cargo. There was no point at... It had taken enough effort to get it. I wasn't going to mess around with that wiring. I needed a better idea. Hobbs had done a fantastic job, but I hoped the painting would never see the light of day. The elevator platform had metal hoops for securing cargo. That wouldn't have worked. Tying the sheet to the crowbar made a halfway decent grappling hook. That was almost a great idea. Almost. That wouldn't work. That was that wouldn't work. That would. That should do the trick.
So what now?
Let's see what Hobbs keeps tucked away up here.
So this is Hobbs's lair.
Not exactly the penthouse suite, is it? This is a true masterpiece.
A fake masterpiece, you mean?
Nico.
What is it?
Hobbs's answer phone, and he's got messages.
Let's hear them.
You have 2 messages. Message 1.
Hobbs, Medovsky here. I'm at the airport. I have to be quick. My flight leaves shortly, and
Final call for passengers for flight BA470 to Barcelona.
it is a shame that you would like to be released from our agreement. It was mutually lucrative. But if that is your wish, I respect it. I shall send my men around to tie up any loose ends. Take care, my friend.
Message 2. Hello, darling. It's Bijou. Look, sweetie, but I'm going to have to put our little plans on hold. I've spoken to that insurance man and his girlfriend and told them pretty much everything. I want to be with you, Willie, but Henri's murder, you know. Anyway, I can't possibly leave here until his name is cleared. I feel so guilty, darling. Do you think he knew about us? Do take care with that Russian, my love. Bon voyage, my love. À bientôt. You have no more messages.
Wow.
So Bijou knew about everything. At least she was faithful to Henri in the end. And what if Madovsky's guy got here first?
What if Medovsky's guy's still here? Who knows what useful objects this cupboard might hold?
Don't get too excited, George.
Well, looky here. A useful bottle of Diet Cola. You never know when you might need a Diet Cola. Apart from some old pipework, the cupboard was empty. I wouldn't like to try and clean anything in this sink.
Thankfully, I don't think you'll have to.
Oh no.
What's up?
Nico?
Oh no! Hobbs! Is he?
Dead? Sure looks that way.
Poor guy.
He's been strangled. You know, maybe Simeon was right. It seems like anyone who gets close to this painting dies.
The painting didn't kill him, Georges. This is all about money.
Whoever did this was a professional. We need to be careful. Dead man's mints. No law against taking them.
You have no shame, Georges.
Hobbs had been strangled. The skylight was leaking. Hobbs had been using the bucket to catch the water. The mechanism was for opening and closing the skylight. It looked corroded. I dropped the mints into the cola and quickly tightened the cap again. That wouldn't work. I needed a better idea. Nico, come and take a look at this. Looks like Hobbs has been busy. A map of Catalonia, sketches and notes on the painting.
Do you think Hobbs was looking for this tabula veritatis?
I think Hobbs was a lot cleverer than he seemed. Another Ouroboros. Looks like Hobbs picked the painting apart for clues.
There must be something here that shows us where the tablet is.
A photograph of some kind of human pyramid. It's from an article about Castel Català.
It's Catalan, I think. Catalan Castle.
Hobbs linked it to his sketch of the human pyramid from the painting. Okay, so this is the human pyramid from the painting.
Look, Hobbs has highlighted Castel again.
And he connected the two. So this pyramid could be a castel. Something was familiar about this part of the painting. Marquez was interested in this sketch as well. It's scribbled all over it.
It must be important.
It's the tree from the painting, the one with all the people in it.
Very creepy.
It looks like a sketch of a figure from La Malediccio.
I guess Hobbs was mining it for clues.
I wondered what Hobbs was looking for on a map of Catalonia. Castel de Galifa. Castel de Rubí. Castel de Púbol. Castel del Montgrí. The city of Girona. Castel de Besora. I didn't really know what I was looking for, but I was sure there was a clue there somewhere. Castel... What had Hobbs discovered? Castel de Balaguer. Take a look at this. Someone's cut out a painting from this frame in a hurry. The canvas left around the frame looks just like La Malediccio.
If that was La Malediccio, then someone's beaten us to it.
But remember how Bijou said the original was hidden?
You're right.
And Hobbs is a master forger.
Then whoever stole this one has got themselves a genuine Hobbs fake.
And the original should still be around here, hidden somewhere. I'd always liked a dramatic exit, but now wasn't the time. The mechanism for the skylight... Another Hobbs masterpiece. It was a beautiful painting. The sofa was a wreck. Strange. Hey, Nico, come and take a look at this. This painting, there's something familiar about it.
It's a woman's buttocks, George.
I know that, but I recognize him. Know what? I think it's Bijou.
I don't want to know how you know that, George. But didn't she say the painting was hidden behind her behind?
Exactly.
So maybe.
Damn it, it's screwed into the wall. It was a rather intimate portrait of Bijou's behind. La Maledizio!
We found it!
Amazing!
You're sure it's the real thing?
Well, I'm no expert, but yeah, it must be.
Look! In the middle!
It's the same face that Hobbs drew on his sketch, and the same symbol cut into his forehead.
He must have uncovered it when he was cleaning the painting. But I wonder why a tree was originally painted over it.
Like Simeon said, hidden Gnostic secrets. One thing is certain, this one is the original.
Which means whoever cut the painting from that easel has a copy.
And I'll bet my bottom dollar it doesn't have the hidden image in the Ouroboros. We've got the painting, Nico, but there's gotta be more to find in here.
You're right. Once the police are involved, we won't get another chance.
We need to be quick. Whoever killed Hobbs may come back. Father Simeon had said La Malediccio was a map. It was the strangest map I'd ever seen. A scarred face stared back at me from within the Ouroboros. Hobbs must have uncovered the image when he was restoring the painting. But what did it mean? And what was its link to the Tabula Veritatis? There was a tower within the ring. Maybe it indicated a place? The priest appeared to have a padlock through his mouth. He was pointing down to the ring below him. He was pointing... Inside the ring was what looked like an affluent town. Within the ring, there were a number of houses. It was a village or a small town. Inside the ring was a castle gate. I had no idea what it signified. The orb in the old man's hand glowed with a green light. In the clouds, a bearded figure looked out over the landscape. It was a tower of tormented souls. They looked like the damned. The youthful figure held a glowing blue orb in his hand. An ethereal figure was emerging from the clouds. The human pyramid. Hobbs was clearly interested in this part of the painting. It was the figure of a priest, but with a dog's head. The figure was pointing up at a ring above him. That was never going to happen. I didn't really know what I was looking for, but I was sure there was a clue there somewhere. What had Hobbs discovered? I didn't really know. Castel de Monson. I didn't really know what I was looking for. I didn't really know what I was looking for. If Hobbs had deciphered part of the painting, maybe I could work out the rest. It was a sketch of the old man's face in the painting. It was a sketch of the tree. If Hobbs had deciphered, that was almost a great idea. That wasn't worth. That was that wouldn't work. Castel del Sants. I think Sants means saints.
That's what Marquez wrote on the photo.
So that would make a Castel del Sants a tower of saints.
Like in the painting. This must be the clue. I guess this pretty much ties up the investigation, George.
Yep. Should be enough to get Nave off my back.
In the end, it was all about money.
And greed. Medovsky wanted to sell the painting and claim the insurance.
And he didn't care how many people he killed along the way. So what now? Hand over everything to the police?
I guess so. With what we found out, Langham should have no trouble picking up Medovsky in Spain. I do wonder what that secret map points to.
You still think the evil Gnostics are behind it all?
I don't know. But I do have questions that haven't been answered.
Such as?
Well, what do those symbols on the painting mean? What was Marquez really up to? Why was the sign of the Tabula Veritatis hidden under layers of paint?
And why is the building on fire?
And what did you say fire? We need to get out of here. The skylight was leaking. Hobbs. The skylight was slightly ajar. The window wasn't open enough to fit the hook and line through. I needed to find a way to... That wasn't worth trying. That was never gonna happen. That was never... The mechanism for the... It was a... Hobbs probably spent most of... Hobbs's sandals lay on the floor. Washing brushes in the sink would have just made him dirtier. Washing brushes in the sink would have just made him dirtier. Hobbs probably spent... Another Hobbs master... It was a bucket used... Nico?
Yes, Josh?
Any ideas?
I think...
I'm looking. The mechanism for the... That wasn't quite right. Well, it seemed like a good idea at the time. That was almost a great idea. An open skylight looked like our ticket out of here. This should help us get out of here. After you, Nico. Terrific. Out of the fire into the frying pan.
Wait! George! Isn't that...
Langham. Oh, thank God. Hey, Langham!
Langham! Help! We're up here!
Quick. Round here.
Why didn't he help us?
I don't know. Maybe because he started the fire. Because he wanted to kill us.
Why?
I have no idea.
You think he killed Hobbs?
Could be. Maybe Simeon too.
So who is he? And who does he really work for?
I don't know. But I do know one thing. This is not over.
George, do you hear that?
London's finest. Now you be nice to the firemen.
So what now?
Now, we go to Spain in search of the Castel del Sans and the Tabula Veritatis. Nico and I had thought the adventure was over. Actually, we'd only just started. Nothing was what it seemed. On a trail of corruption and greed, we'd stumbled upon a murderous conspiracy. A conspiracy whose roots lay in mysteries older than the written word. We didn't really have any choice. Catalonia, the foothills of the Pyrenees. After a short flight and a long drive, Nico and I arrived at Castel del Sans. Back in London, we'd tracked down La Maledicció, and had started to unravel its secrets. The painting was a coded map to the location of the Tabula Veritatis, an ancient artifact which Father Simeon had claimed could raise the devil, for which he and others had already been murdered. We had to find the tabula before the killers. We knew they would stop at nothing. Let's just hope we got here before the bad guys.
Seems quiet enough.
Looks like nobody's been here for years.
Must have been a beautiful place, once upon a time. You think the tabula is really going to be here?
Somewhere, if we can just decode the painting. Well, it looks deserted.
Deserted? I don't think so.
Did you see who it was?
No, the sun was in my eyes.
Looks like somebody's beating us to it.
But who? Medovsky?
Langham?
Whoever it is, we need to get in there.
All right. You make a diversion. I'll try and reach some cover. And be careful.
Are you kidding? You're the one who's going to get shot. Parts of the wall had fallen down. Parts of the wall. Climbing over the wall would not have been a great idea. The place looked run down and deserted. Parts of the How about a helmet? It will protect your head while you run.
Yeah? What about the rest of me?
A helmet on a pole? Always useful. I just hope this works. Are you ready?
Can't wait.
Go!
Oh no. I'd made it without getting shot, but I sure didn't feel lucky. Somehow I had to distract the shooter again, and this time I was on my own. With a ghost from the past giving me an evil stare. Now then, old fella, you don't mind if I move your tire, do ya? No. The old car was riddled with bullet holes. A pile of old brandy bottles had been discarded behind the car. A pile of apples had just been laid on a sheet, just out of the goat's reach. Now, I needed the cookie to feed. Call me a hoarder, but I wasn't giving that to the goat. Look what I got for you, little fella. Good goat. No. Hey, that's mine. The goat had eaten Hobbs' carefully crafted provenance. The tree was way too sturdy for me to shake any apples down. Uh-oh. Ouch! Ripe apples hung from the tree. I couldn't let the goat eat Trevor. The goat wasn't going to let me get to the car door. The crumbling fountain wouldn't provide me with any cover. Oh, heck. The apples were bruised. That wasn't worth... Hey, Mr. Goat. Look what I got for you. I was hoping the goat would be more friendly now. Good goat. No. Hey! The goat had eaten Nico's rejected photograph. That wouldn't work. Go on, eat this, boy. The goat couldn't reach the apple pile. They didn't go... That would be pointless. They were dirty and badly bruised. I wouldn't offer an apple like that to an enemy. That wouldn't have worked. Oh boy, you're gonna love this. I distracted the goat, but it wouldn't take him long to eat that apple. The goat now had a whole pile of apples to tuck into. I tossed him my last apple. That was never going to happen. The shots were coming from inside the house. Even while he was eating, the goat had his eye on me. I'd moved the tire further away from the car. The goat had turned away, and I decided to leave him alone. I wasn't going to frighten the shooter with his own reflection. That wasn't... I'd broken off the old car's side mirror. I'd broken off... Hey, what? Whoa! That was almost a great idea. I wasn't gonna... That was never gonna... That wouldn't work. The goat was eating, but he still kept an eye on me. I'd moved the tire further away from the car. I'd blinded the shooter. Time to make a dash for it.
Don't think I can't see you, senor. If you so much as move an inch, I shall shoot you.
Senor, please! Whoever you are, hold your fire! I'm not armed!
Good. That makes it easier for me to shoot you.
My name is George Stobart. I'm a friend!
I have no friends.
Well, that doesn't surprise me. All we want is a quick look inside the castell.
I don't believe you. You are here to kill Senor Marquez.
Senor Marquez? He's alive? Well, he'll vouch for us.
You don't fool me like that. Get out of here before I kill you.
Senor Marquez knows me, I swear.
And I know a lie when I hear one. Go now, or I shoot.
Wait! I have important information.
Você, venga a mim.
Do you understand what I am saying?
Try saying it and let's see.
Well, I'm George Stobart, and I come in peace. Do you mind putting that down? I've had a really bad day.
Guns don't agree with you?
No, and neither do goats. I've got bruises in places that, well, you know, places.
So leave.
We're here looking for something.
Well, go look for it somewhere else.
We were helping a man called Marquez in Paris.
He is my father.
I could see where she inherited her temperament. Your father? Well, he's our friend.
Why should I believe you? Show me proof.
Look at this photo.
It's old. Do I care?
We tracked down his painting, La Maledictio. Look.
Where did you get this?
In London.
All right. You better come with me, but no funny business, okay?
You know, you sound just like my friend Nico. Nico!
What's going on, Ramon? Who's out there?
Some crazy American. Don't worry. Eva will deal with him.
Papa. These people want to talk to you.
Eva, I thought we agreed to shoot intruders on sight. You, how did you find me?
It wasn't easy, senor.
We thought you were dead.
You were wrong.
They've brought you something, Papa.
Can it be? At last, la malédiction.
Well, Senor Marquez, looks like La Malediccio hangs in its right place again.
Indeed. I have waited all my life for this. But
Something interesting?
the painting, it is different. The face in the middle.
The one with the symbol of the Tabula Veritatis on it?
How do you know about the tabula?
A priest told me. Said it was the devil's work.
Pah! Priests, full of lies, every one of them.
Oh, really? Well, this priest said that the tabula was an instrument to raise the devil.
Fool! Who would want to raise the devil?
But you do want to find the tabula.
Yes, because it is a Gnostic treasure. It is special, and my duty is to keep it safe.
I was sure that Marquez still wasn't telling me the whole truth. And now?
I shall decipher the painting and find the tabula. Before she died, my mother said that once the painting hung here again, its meaning would become clear, and the route to the tabula would be revealed.
So, what's the answer? Where's the tabula?
I don't know. The room has changed.
Was there something different about the room back then?
No. Yes. I don't know. You must help me.
Well, how? I'm not a Gnostic.
Senor, you must, because soon the Russian will be here.
He knows about Castel del Sans?
I regret, senor, that in Paris I told his sidekick a little too much.
Ah, well, I guess we'd better figure this out. And fast.
I'll go and keep watch.
Shoot on sight, remember.
Well, Nico, what now?
You try and work out just why the painting has to be in this room. I'll go and see if Eva knows anything.
Whether he knew it or not, I was sure Marquez had the answers. Senor Marquez?
Mr. Stobart?
If we're going to find the tabula,
Yes?
then you will have to help.
Of course.
I mean, by being totally honest with us.
When have I not been honest?
Why is the Tabula Veritatis so important to the Gnostics?
It is an object of immense power. My ancestors kept it safe for hundreds of years. They brought it to Catalonia as exiles long ago. In any generation, only one Gnostic knows its exact location. My father, Xavier, was the last of these. He knew dark forces were gathering, but I was too young to learn the secret. So he commissioned La Malédiction, embedding clues to the location of the tabula within the painting.
But what is the tabula? What does it do?
I do not know. I know only that in the wrong hands, it would be catastrophic for mankind.
So, you're the good guys?
Good and evil are meaningless terms. We strive simply to maintain balance and keep the tabula from those who seek to exploit it for their own ends.
When were you last here, Senor?
Not since that day when my father was killed.
So why did the painting bring us here?
As I said, because only here in this room will its clues become clear.
Tell me about the painting.
When I was a child, I would stand here for hours just staring at it. Who was the mysterious painter, El Serp, the serpent? And what did it mean, La Malédiction, the curse? I asked my father, but he just told me to be patient. He said that one day I would know everything.
Senor, can you decipher any of the painting?
The Tower of Saints, of course. I knew it was a castell. And the saints themselves are Gnostic. You see the woman in red?
The one you marked in the photo?
She is Mary Magdalene. We revere her as Christ's greatest disciple. The rest, I don't know.
The symbol on the face, it is obviously the tabula.
But the elements around it, I don't know.
Take a look at this sketch.
It is the face in La Malediccio.
It was drawn by the man who restored the painting.
Then he knew of the Tabula Veritatis. What other secrets did he uncover?
I don't know, but he's dead now.
Just as well. The fewer that know the secrets of La Malediccio, the better.
Father Simeon, the Dominican priest, was carrying these papers when he was killed.
So?
You're not interested in him?
I have no interest in priests or their papers, senor.
So this is you with your mother and father?
Indeed. Taken in this very building many years ago.
Did I ever mention Trevor?
The old cockroach in a matchbox trick, eh?
Oh, you know it.
It's nearly as old as ferret in the pants.
I'm getting out of touch. What happened back in Paris? We thought you were dead.
A man came to the apartment looking for Miss Collard. He mentioned a stolen painting owned by a Russian. Obviously, I informed him that I was the true owner.
Obviously.
Next thing I knew, this thug had me pinned to a chair and was threatening to shoot me. So I told him of the castell. And while he telephoned his boss, I hit him with a little China dog.
Guess he didn't know you were the pugnacious type. So, Eva is your daughter?
She was a gift from God, late in my life. One day she will find room for Gnosticism in her heart. I am sure of it.
I think this is yours.
My medallion? Where did you find it?
It was left in Nico's neighbor's apartment. Do you want it back?
No, you keep it for now. It has a meaning, a purpose. Perhaps you can find out what.
Sure. Just let me know if you ever want it back.
We must find the answer.
Marquez said that the painting contained clues only a Gnostic could solve. But when it was back in this room, all would become clear. If I looked hard enough, I'd find the answers I needed. The Tower of Saints had led us to the Castell. I wondered where the other clues would take us. A large Ouroboros dominated the center of the painting. Before he was killed, Simeon had said that the tree inside the Ouroboros represented hidden Gnostic knowledge. And here it was, a whole new image inside the snake. Hobbes had uncovered it, but now he was dead. A symbol was cut into the man's forehead. Simeon had claimed that it was the sign of the Tabula Veritatis. A large Ouroboros dominated the center of the painting. Carved into the fireplace was a young man holding an orb. The halo reminded me of the figure in the clouds in La Maledizio. An old man with a beard was carved into the front of the fireplace. It was very like one of the figures in La Maledizio. That wasn't worth trying. It was a shield on which heraldic symbols had been painted. The scroll under the shield read El Pont de Suerte. The bookcase held an assortment of ancient books. There was a crate of brandy amongst all the mess. It was a collection of what could only be described as stuff. The scroll under the shield read Olot. The scroll The bookcase held an assortment of ancient books. There was a piece of stone on the ground. It looked like a discarded statue. It was a circular stained glass window.
So, until you came here, you knew nothing about the castle?
Didn't know, wasn't interested. I better get back on guard in case anyone else shows up.
Your father needs our help, Eva.
My father needs rest, peace, and quiet. Not more of this Gnostic nonsense.
So, what did you find out?
Not a lot. Eva thinks her father's losing it. She doesn't have much time for Gnosticism. She's never been here before. In fact, Marquez never even talked about the place. As far as I can tell, she and her father never got on. She left home the moment she could.
I don't blame her. So why is she here now?
Marquez begged her, said he was in danger. I guess maybe I'll go inside and have a look around too.
Tell me if you find anything. I'm not having much luck so far. There was no way I was going near that goat again. The fountain had stopped working long. There was no... It was an old, weathered sundial. From the dial, I could see that the main doors of the house faced north. The wind chime was made from old tin cans and other rubbish. Hello, Eva.
Signor Stobart.
Please, call me George.
I'd rather not. When are you and your girlfriend leaving?
Actually, she's not my girlfriend.
I don't know what your scam is, Signor. You may have fooled my father, but you don't fool me.
Well, I can sure see where you get your manners from. Do you know anything about this statue?
I've seen a few of them lying around. I guess the fascists smashed them up in the war.
Any more thoughts on the statues?
They're just old stones.
What do you know about La Malediccio?
My father has been obsessed by it all his life. He thinks it's full of secret messages. I think it's a crock of
Sure you do. Tell me about Ramon.
Apparently he worked here when he was a boy. A loyal servant, even though the family left and never came back. More fool him.
Tell me about your father.
When my mother died, he brought me up.
As a Gnostic?
He tried to teach me that stuff, said I had a religious vocation. Turns out I didn't. On my 18th birthday, I left home and never went back.
Nico tells me you don't really know about Gnosticism.
Don't know, don't care. And I don't need saints and gods telling me how to live my life.
I can see why you and your father don't get along. So, you don't know anything about Gnostics?
They're a religious sect. They belong in the...
What is that?
It's an old statue. I think it might help to code the painting.
I'll take a look. Maybe I can help. This door's locked anyway.
There were spent bullet casings lying amongst the rubble. What exactly happened here? There were spent... The door was locked. It looked like this part of the castell had taken some damage. The end of the passage was blocked off with rubble. Senor Marquez? I found this.
My father had a collection of those. We must.
That wouldn't work. A few words, senor?
Good. But
I'm sorry?
you wanted a few words.
Ramon sure was a little light in the charm department. La Malediccio, back in its rightful place. But what were the clues? The painting held all the answers. The bearded figure was similar to the one on the fire. I wondered if there was a connection. The orb in the old man's hand glowed. The figure of the young man was... It couldn't be a coincidence. The youthful figure held a glowing... The painting held all the answers. The figure of the youthful... The blue-colored statue was robed with a bald head and bare feet. The green stone figure was barefoot and wearing a hat. It was the lower half of a green, barefooted statue. It resembled the statues in Marquez's family photo. The green stone, like the... That was almost a great idea. That wasn't worth... The green stone... Senor Marquez? Anything else about the painting I should know?
I keep telling you, I don't... You should...
What are you thinking, Nick?
The fire. It looks familiar.
You're right. You know what?
In Marquez's photo, his family was standing in front of it.
The photo was of the Marquez family. On the fireplace behind them were two identical statues. On the fireplace behind them were two identical statues. I'd put some statues above the... Finally, La Malediccio was back in its... The painting. The bearded figure was similar to the one on the fireplace, and the orb in the old man's hand glowed. Nope. That wouldn't work. That was almost a... That was... On the fireplace behind them were two identical statues. The statues were facing outward, just like in the Marquez photo. I waited with bated breath for something to happen. Nothing. If I looked hard enough, I'd find the answers I needed. The bearded figure was similar to the orb in the... A large orb. The statues on the plinth were the same as the ones in the Marquez family photograph.
Ah, what is this? A staircase. I never knew. We must go up. We don't have much time. Stairs. Always stairs.
Oh my God, look at this.
Georges? Georges! What's this? A piece of burnt paper with the word Wolfram. That sounds familiar.
Wolfram. I curse that name forever.
What do you know about Wolfram, Senor?
Wolfram. I spit on the name.
What is Wolfram?
It was a mining company, run by a murdering swine called Gainen. In the Civil War, they backed the fascists. In return, Gainen was given soldiers to do his dirty work. They came here, brought their bloody war to this house, and killed Senor Xavier.
They shot Xavier? Senor Marquez's father?
I was just a boy, but I remember like it was yesterday. Shot him and his friend, Hernandez, like animals.
Why did they come here?
They were searching for something, but they brought death with them. But there is one thing I have never understood. Xavier tried to escape through the library. But the library windows are barred. It is a dead end.
This Kenan, who was he?
He was Swiss, a businessman, and a murdering swine.
So what did he want here?
I don't know. When he wasn't torturing the locals, he disappeared to the library. Spent weeks in there, making notes and studying maps. His men, they crossed the whole of Catalonia searching for something.
Did they find it?
Who knows? One day, Gainen just disappeared. He never came back. An accident, perhaps, in the mountains. May his soul rot in hell. The soldiers didn't stay long to search for him. They hated him too.
The name Genan was familiar. He was the person who had tried to buy La Maledicción. A coincidence? Perhaps.
There is no such thing as coincidence.
So, when the soldiers left, you took back the house?
Yes. A few years later, I returned and cleaned the place up. It broke my heart. I locked the library. I could not bear to touch Gainen's papers.
So you have lived here for a long time?
All my life. My father served here before me. In fact, he named me after Senor Xavier's favorite saint, Saint Ramon, patron saint of the falsely accused.
That's nice.
Not really. The Moors put a padlock through his mouth.
Oh, I see. Well, I guess there's a lesson there for all of us. Can I have a look at the library?
No. I have kept it locked to honor the memory of Senor Xavier.
Please, this is important.
I lost the key.
You lost it?
That evening when I locked it up, I drank to the memory of Senor Xavier. The cellars were well stocked, Senora. It was a long night. I hid the key, then forgot where I hid it, so it is lost. That was all that was left in the morning. I haven't touched a drop since.
I needed to find out what Ganon had been working on in that library.